America will never be whole until reparations are paid.
Schools were segregated around that time.
I feel great.
He put his feet in the water with Officer Clemens.
Well, that was so enjoyable. I'm sorry I couldn't stay longer.
And they just shared a towel, and it was such a simple moment, but it's so meaningful.
That moment inspired one of Accurso's upcoming episodes.
Wake up, little bunnies!
Featuring a 3-year-old from Gaza, named Rahaf, who lost her legs during an Israeli airstrike.
Can I just tell you, Joe, 3-year-olds everywhere are the same. Oh, I love you. I think we really have to see ourselves in each other more.
The children's entertainer shared an excerpt from the piece that reads, 250 years of slavery, 90 years of Jim Crow, 60 years of separate but equal, 35 years of racist housing policy. Until we reckon with our compounding moral debts, America will never be whole. In the caption of her post, Ms. Rachael simply wrote, "Everything I see and read by Ta-Nehisi Coates." While many of her followers tend to agree with her political agenda on social media, this post seemed to have commenters divided.
Hey, nigga, this FBA News, right? /the Snack Man. But we're gonna talk about some really real shit here. Like, on this channel, yeah. We back on fucking tethers. We mock the assholes. They deserve to be mocked, but like I said, with like the last brother who was doing right. Look, we big up those who stand on the side of the light against the dark. And fucking blew my mind. I saw one of my YouTube creators that I follow, and he busted out for me that fucking, Miss Rachael, the damn kids YouTuber is, man, yo, Becky on the rise here, homeboy. Like, fucking, I see why the red pill niggas came into being. Like, it wasn't about just these niggas, you know, getting thrown in jail. They trying to say it's all bullshit. That, you know, now I'm starting to think that most of that shit is bullshit. That most of these niggas are some pedos. Most of these niggas are some rapists, you know. But anyway, I digress. Miss Rachael standing up for black reparations. Let that sit for a minute. Becky standing up for black reparations, saying that shit with her chest. Standing up for Nolan Wells, saying that shit with her chest out wide, does not give a fuck, and risking it. Some people would say risking it all, but I don't think so. Look, the tide is turning. Y'all may not see it yet, but the tide is turning. Look, this era of the evil white male running everything, this era, like, if you didn't see Trump when he went over to China and how weak and how pathetic and how soft he looked next to Xi, and Xi basically pulled America's punk card when they started that shit with Iran. Like, hey, look, you fuck with Iran, but if you fuck with us, we're going to beat the shit out of you. You think you're getting whooped by Iran right now? We will fuck you up. That's basically what she said. And they didn't do nothing. They did nothing. They said nothing. And we'll get back to Miss Rachael real quick. I just want to further illuminate my point. If you take a look when Trump went over to China and he got off the plane, right? The Chinese was trolling his ass because they had a whole bunch of children coming up to Trump waving the American flag and shit because they know this nigga a pedo. So they were already fucking with him. So, yeah, you know, we all know the Chinese love disrespect. You know, they don't like black people either, which fuck you. But, look, The writings on the wall, people. Look, a new world is coming. This world that we in right now may not be even here in 20 years. I was thinking that this shit would take much longer. I think this shit is moving much faster. And the reason why I say this is because we going back to Miss Rachael. Homegirl lost 100 subscribers in like a short amount of time. Maybe a day or some shit like that. It don't matter. Look, I went to her YouTube channel. I subscribed. I went on Amazon looking for a shirt. I'm a big grown-ass man, right? And yeah, if they had a grown man Miss Rachael shirt and that shit was pink, I would wear that shit, nigga. I would wear that shit. And anybody got a problem with it, the right and the left are the complaint departments, homie. You know what I'm saying? Because, look, this bitch is on business. This bitch is on business. You know, like this lesbian, like black woman that I watched, right? And she said she invited her to the cookout. You damn right you invited her to the cookout. You damn right you invited her to the cookout, Miss Rachael. Thank you, Miss Rachael. Thank you. Thank you. You know? Because some people's like, oh, well, you know, she's just saying it just to get some clout. Before we get back to the whys for Miss Rachael, let me tell you something, nigga. Let me tell you something. These motherfuckers made this system. And one of the first things they did when they made this system is establish that if you stand against the establishment, we will fucking kill you, especially when it comes to black people, because black people are the bedrock. We are the foundation of this racist system, because we're so-called put on the bottom, which honestly, do y'all feel like y'all on the bottom? Because I don't. I don't feel like I'm on the bottom, because, you know, you forget about the foundation of your house. You're glad it's there. You know it's there, but you forget about it. But nobody forgets about us, right? Right? But in a cold way, we are, right? Because that's why they tripping over this delineation shit. We rise, this whole system breaks apart. It breaks apart, right? The whole entire white supremacy system breaks apart. Now, when that happens, we will have to deal with the Chinese, and we will cross that bridge when we come to it. But first, these niggas, because they've had it coming for a long time. But anyway, back to Miss Rachael. Thank you, Miss Rachael. And to those who don't believe, you can look this man up, Mr. Adamson. You know, he fought against slavery. Like, he actually fought. He actually went up. He's a white man. Way back in the day, he actually went out and fought against the system of slavery and tried to free some slaves. This nigga went and tried an uprising. Like, he was about that life. He was about that life. And they killed that man something fierce. And they made an example out of Mr. Adamson. Because Mr. Adamson wanted to do what was right. He saw that this is the evil system. Here is the thing that these evil, racist motherfuckers don't understand. Just like how y'all toss away tethers when they're no longer useful to you, evil does not give a fuck about skin color either. I'm talking about the evil as a force, as an entity. As soon as you lose any power, any motion, look, you can look at all the evil motherfuckers throughout history. When they lost motion, man, they lost some fucking motion. When Hitler fell, that nigga didn't just fall. He fell through the fucking earth. That's how hard he fell. Mussolini, his own fucking people killed him. And so on, and so on, and so on. Right? Look, people can see it. People can see it. People can see it. And you want to know something? It's also the simple fact of the matter is, and I said this before, look, women, when it comes to race, women really don't give a fuck. You see, race and why it's been made a big deal is a construct of men who want to maintain and hold power. That is what it's all about. And they see other men able to outperform them and they're unable to compete. Well, to those bitch ass soft ass men, and you know who those motherfuckers are, the ones running this shit right now. Because you've been running from competition almost all your existence, when you are brought down, the men left in your community have such a mountain, which I don't give a fuck about them at all. I don't. Honestly, I don't. But y'all have such a mountain to fucking climb. Because let me tell you something. When you lose all your power, all your emotion, when you lose everything, look, people across the world ain't gonna forget what you done. You see, reason why people don't fuck with y'all because a lot of them are scared and there's a consequence to fucking with y'all, right? See, FBA gonna get it anyway, so we don't give a fuck. Like, if we gonna get it anyway, then we're gonna do it in your face, homie. You know what I'm saying? Like let's go. You know, since it's like that, since it's up like that, guaranteed. Fuck you. But let me tell you something. Y'all think it's bad right now. Imagine when the elites leave your ass and your power system's broken and your weapons ain't shit no more because China's got all these fucking Terminator motherfuckers that'll fuck you up, and real AI that blows this shit out the water, right? I'm just building the world. I'm describing your future for you, right? And you've gone around, and even now, you're still doing this evil strong arm shit like you did with Venezuela, right? See, y'all letting Trump put you in an even worse position than you are right now, right? Because him, the Bezoses, the fucking little goofy Facebook nerd homo, you know, they're all gonna abandon you. They're all gonna abandon you. And they're going to try and see if they can use their money to eke out some form of existence, which I'm like this, look. Wherever country the white elites run to, or wherever they go, if I was said country they were going to, I would just kill you and just take all your money, whatever value you had, I'd just kill y'all. Because you ain't got a country to back you up, so... I mean, that's just me. But anyway, when that happens, every other race on this planet, because you made the shit this way, is gonna dogpile on you. Dogpile on you. Y'all worried about us? Nah. All these other niggas that lick your asshole right now, they're gonna be the first ones with that knife in there. The first ones. Look, you already done seen it with the Chinese. A white man done made the Chinese. And the Chinese, as soon as they saw some weakness, they jabbed that knife in there. And they put the middle finger to your face in front of the world, and you didn't do shit. So anyway, back to Miss Rachael. You know? Maybe she's just a woman of strong moral character. And I have seen Becky's like that, and I've doubted them. And a couple times I've been proven wrong, you know. And there's one particular I owe an apology to. I'm sorry. But there are Becky's that they do right, because a woman's nature isn't for just domination and evil and fucking and a need of control. There are evil women out there, but in general, women's nature are not inherently evil. Most men's nature is not inherently evil. It's just these little punk ass motherfuckers we let get in control. But That's one slot Miss Rachael be fitting into, right? For why she do what she do. Or, hey, I'm just going to call a bean. Maybe she get laid down deep and hard by FBA brother or FBA sister or both. Look, they made this weird perverse system. Look, I was born in the 80s. Look, fucking, I came from a time where you pick one slot. You know? You pick one slot, you move on. Now, you can do whatever. Whatever the reason. She's standing on business. And I believe that's inherently in all women to stand on business for humanity as a whole. The older I get, the more I see it. And then the fact of the matter is, with these racist assholes talking about your birth rates, you want to bring this shit to some Handmaid's Tale shit, and you wonder why these women don't want to fuck with y'all? You wonder why? With all this evil, this bullshit, maybe these white women just tired of you. Have you ever thought of that? Because you have false power. You spend so much time and so much energy trying to stop anybody from growing or becoming anything because you don't want to compete, because you need to be on top. What makes you so special that you need to be on, that you deserve to be on top? That's why I'm asking the white niggas. What makes you so special? Right? We both know it's nothing. Right? So, yeah, man. Women stand on business when it comes to humanity as a whole. You know? They do not just hold the genetic future of all men in their hands. Right? But they think of the well-being of everybody. That's just in their nature. And then, I was going to end this with the birth rates. With the white niggas complaining about the birth rates, let me tell you something. Look, Becky is still busting out them babies. Ain't with motherfuckers look like you, but I've seen it with fucking Asians, which I don't know, that's some weird shit. But then also I've seen it with Mexicans. Look, I come from the South, and let me tell you something. Especially when I was coming on, Becky busting out, still to this day, busting out a ton of babies with black men. Ton of babies. Look, we didn't talk about this before. How they be talking about, you know, showing the world that look, I got my black man, I love him. You see, women aren't racially loyal. What they are loyal to is the future of the human race. And this evil society, which thank God is falling apart, is not loyal to the human race. It's actually disloyal. It's actually holding us back together, all together as a people, as one human race. So yeah, man. You know, we still bagging them tethers. We still gonna be immature and talk shit about them fools, but look, I'm gonna recognize the real. I'm gonna recognize the real and the real situation. And let me just say this right here, right now. Miss Rachael, thank you very much, ma'am. I didn't send out my subscription. You know. And if you make any motherfucking shirts, I don't give a fuck if that motherfucker's pink. I will wear that shit. And if somebody got a problem with it, I will put boot to ass. Cause yeah, Miss Rachael all up in the cookout, in my opinion. So yeah, it's FBA News. Motherfucking Snack Man, signing out.